Good day, traders. Welcome to yet again another pre-week market analysis. So this week we're only gonna trade Eurusd, Gbpusd, and gold. So I'm no longer gonna trade that thing, Euro JPY and GBP JPY. So let's move on. So on the weekly time frame, I have this fair value gap, which is this pink area. We tapped into it, as you can see right there, and then I'm gonna go to the daily time frame to see. On the daily there's a fair value gap also inside of that weekly fair value gap. If I zoom in, here is the daily fair value gap, so I'm gonna just go back there. So yeah, we got that right. Then zooming in on this price action right here, we have to see what do we have. This is a daily fair value gap, right? We inversed it, like we went above it after taking out this low. So next week potentially there is many things that could happen. Watching from this price action only, let me show you all the possibilities that can happen next week. See this, we can reject from this, go down into this, and then because this is what we call a rejection block, right? That could happen. Another thing that could happen and price can just go up from here because we have a fair value gap that we inversed on the daily time frame. Remember, on the weekly time frame we have a fair value gap, right? That is bullish, so we might have something in this particular order like this, because we come from below the fair value gap. We were below the fair value gap, we went above it. We can use it as an inversion fair value gap. That's another thing that could happen. And the third possibility is price going down there, taking out this low, which is sell side liquidity like this, taking out this low, right? That's one possibility that could happen. So let's just move on. So I have, wait, where is that thing? So we have this, right? We have this fair value gap. It is also an inverse fair value gap. So price was supposed to like bounce from this. Price was supposed to do something like this, but then as you can see, price went lower into the weekly fair value gap. So we are inversing this fair value gap, and also alongside that inverse fair value gap there's another fair value gap. See how important, let me not say important, but I like to use fair value gaps when I analyze. I'm gonna just call myself the fair value gap guy. So we have a fair value gap there, which is a daily fair value gap. It's currently active, price is working around it. So we need to see like where the price will will price respect that and then leave all of those what I just showed you, then like go down to the sell side liquidity down there. So let's just go to the 1 hour time frame and see further what do we really have in store. So if you look at it like this, we took out this high. These were my buy side liquidity. If you watch my previous pre-week analysis, you'll see that I was targeting this and price was around here. My target was this, and then above market we have these two highs, which are buy side liquidity. They're very smooth. And then it's, oh wait, so that's my buy side liquidity. That's what I'm looking at currently also. So price has been consolidating last week, you see, around this area. So we touched this daily fair value gap once, second time Friday, then we are showing momentum to go to the downside, but then we'll see, right? And also if you look closely, there is sell side liquidity. So I'm just copy this, there's a shortcut, control drag, okay. Oh, looks nice. So yeah, we have sell side day, and also these lows are sell side liquidity. You can highlight them, but I don't want to put many drawings on my chart. So okay, we have this, we are trading inside of this range. We have buy side liquidity day, and then sell side. Below the sell side we have daily fair value gap. So that's quite something you could look for, but then we'll see when the market opens. Then let's move on to not the XY, and then Gbpusd. Sorry man, I'm keep knocking this thing over and over, so let me just balance it real quick so it's fine like that. We're gonna start on the weekly time frame. I'm gonna remove these because sometimes it's good, it can be good for you to like remove the drawings and start over, and sometimes it can be bad for you to remove drawings and start over, so you never know. But in this case I'll just remove, because many times it works in my favor when I remove and start over again. So on the weekly time frame, when you look at price, we have this fracture, that price respected ratio, but let's see whether will we work with that or not. So okay, yeah, we'll work with it. So it's a fair value gap that was once tested. So price tested the fair value gap right here. We're just gonna, and price spend a lot of time inside of that fair value gap. 1 2 3 4 5 6 weeks. So okay, we are back inside of that fair value gap, and then if you look at Gbpusd, from up here to down here, there's only one bullish candlestick, which is this one. And then I'm gonna highlight that because it can be a draw on liquidity. Get me? If you like see momentum to like go to the upside, we can see like we can use that as a target. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I'm gonna, okay, wait, there's another fair value gap right here. Remember, this candlestick already closed, so I'm just gonna do this. We have a fair value gap there, right? This is a fair value gap, a weekly fair value. So we have a bullish and a bearish fair value gap, right? And then we're gonna go to the daily time frame and see, okay, are we gonna go from this to this, or there's another way price has in its tricky ways. So we have a daily fair value gap that is disrespected that, and then there's really nothing here. Just gonna go to the lower time frame, which is the hourly time frame. I mostly skip the 4-hour time frame. I don't like to use it. So Gbpusd, nothing. I see nothing here. Maybe if we get like this high and then and this low, you see, because that high and low, this is the previous week's low. It's sorry, it's very important. And then this high is the previous week's high. So I'm just gonna highlight that previous week high. Then above this high, inside of this fair value gap, we have all these ads. We have buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. You see this, these are equal highs, relatively equal highs. These two highs, those are buy side liquidity. And also yeah, so we're just gonna wait for price to do its thing. And then moving on to gold. So gold, I'm in a trade. My target was this long-term high. Let it load, because I am pretty sure I have drawings here. Or did I remove my drawings? I don't think so. Okay, so I bought around here and it went up just before that high, reversed back. So let's go to the weekly time frame. I have drawings, I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure there must be drawings. So yeah, let's just move. So we have a weekly fair value gap. I won't highlight that weekly fair value gap. I'll just skip it because I don't think it's gonna push price to the downside, right? So this is clearly bullish. We're gonna ignore all this. Or one thing we can do is, remember my previous week analysis was price closed here, right? My previous week's analysis was price should do something like come back here inside of this fair value gap and then go up. And then that is exactly what happened. So price came back with this candlestick, then we saw bullish momentum from Tuesday to Friday. So yeah, we have this, okay, this inverse fair value gap, okay, my phone is battery low, I hope it's still recording. And then we have this buy side liquidity right here, and also it accumulates more buy side liquidity because this high and this high are relatively equal, and you know equal highs and equal lows are buy side liquidity. We also have another fair value gap here that I'm looking at on the daily time frame. And so yeah, one thing price can do, go inside of this fair value gap and then continue its bullish momentum. So what can we expect? Something like this. Get me. Yeah, so you can expect the push to the downside inside of the daily fair value gap, then continue its bullish momentum to take out buy side liquidity, which was my previous week's target. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be the end of the pre-week market analysis. And then let's check on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we have, to be precise with the entries, we'll use this 1 hour fair value gap, and then we'll move on the lower time frame for a more better entry. So 1 hour fair value gap right there. So my entry was, where was it? Okay, my entry was here last week. I took a buy here, then if price decides to come down, I'm gonna take another buy and then go to the upside, right? And then this two highs are buy side, equal highs, then equal highs, you know, they are buy side liquidity. And yeah, that's how you do it, guys. So yeah, we're looking at potential push to the downside inside of this 1 hour fair value gap, also inside of a daily fair value gap. So yeah, the confluences are high, and then push to the upside to take out the same thing like last week. Push to the downside, tap into a high time frame premium array, discount array. In this case, it's a discount array because it's below market price. And then we'll look for buyers. So signals will be sent. If you are not in the signal group, just text me, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. I'll add you. This is a breaker block. If you know what a breaker block is, there's a breaker block. It also increases our chances of going to the downside, because at first price used it as a bullish order block, and then now price is going to use it as a bearish order block. So yeah, this is highly probable, but I don't like to trade on Monday. So yeah, signals will be sent. Do not rush. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe.